Hi, welcome back to Going to Ground. I'm speaking to you from St Peter's Church in Codford, just on the edge of Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire. And I'd hoped to stop off and film outside on the plain to give you a sense of that wild landscape, but it's so wild this afternoon and rainy and windy, and it would have just been impossible to record. So I thought I'll stop off in the first church I can find that's still open. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm travelling from Marlborough to Salisbury for a meeting this evening, and I'm so pleased that St Peter's Codford was the church I found open, because I wanted to show you one of the gems of the churches in Wiltshire, indeed a national treasure which resides here. I was here on Sunday actually, so it was in my mind. I was preaching for and taking a service for their Environment Day, thinking around the ecology on Sunday. And here in the chancel is, in the centre of your screen, the Codford Cross. I'm going to try and go closer up. It's a masterpiece of Wessex Anglo-Saxon art, and is the shaft of a standing cross. So the cross piece at the top is missing. Who knows where? Might still be buried around the churchyard somewhere. And it's particularly notable, I guess, for two things, because it's so well preserved and was recovered, I think, in the last couple of centuries in building work, and so it's been protected, and everything is, apart from the missing cross piece at the top, is I mean, it could be a piece of 20th century sculpture by Gill or someone like that. But it's also fascinating for the image on the cross shaft itself. So let me home in on it. Look, there's a fruitful tree. It's a great image for harvest time. And you can see the fruits there. And underneath it, pulling down a bough, almost whether to harvest it or to taste it, with their head cricked back almost in worship or awe of the bounty of creation, is the figure of someone with a tool in their hand, sort of a hammer or a harvesting tool of some kind. And you can see the line of their nose there, and it's perfect, really. And their tunic is like a sort of ridge and furrow landscape, or a seashell. It's quite remarkable, and is well known nationally as being one of the best preserved pieces of this kind of Saxon art. Nicholas Pevsner, in his county guide, says it's the only thing worth seeing in the Codfords. I disagree. It's slightly unfair on all of the other gems that the villages have to offer, but it is certainly of unique historical importance. And I'm so glad to show it to you. Great image, as I say, for harvest time and for thinking about the environment. And curious, perhaps, to have an image of such fertility and natural life on a cross, but actually really appropriate when you think about it, because the cross in the Christian tradition is where the new creation comes to birth, and we reckon with the end of all our desiring, all our consumption of the fruits of the earth, and it meets its crossroads. And we believe in the resurrection as the first day of a new creation. And so on Sunday I was thinking about that, and the command in Genesis, the first divine command to men and women, which is be fruitful and multiply, and to use our fruitfulness to be good for the earth around us. And in that command, it's not only to have families and fill the earth, but to be fruitful in every respect, I would say. To consider our life and our behaviour and our allotment of gifts and whatever we have, land, whatever it is, and consider how it can be fruitful. Does my conversation, do my ways of life make people shrivel, or do they bring things to life? Does the way I live allow into life the world around me? These are the great ecological questions of our time, particularly on our minds as we approach COP26. And so the command to be fruitful has never been of more importance. And that other great divine command, of course, in the Genesis story is let there be light. That's the great instigating, inaugural command of Scripture. Let there be, God says, other things apart from me. Let there be space for all kinds of variety and form. As if he's stepping back to make space for things to flourish. Great challenge to us in the way that we live, and something to think about this evening. I'm so pleased I've been able to show you the Codford Cross, and the church is open during the day, most days I think, so if you're passing this way, then do stop in and visit it. So I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, I hope, who knows where. Until then, God bless you as you go to ground.